Hi, this is Diane from Clever Crafting. Thank you for joining me here today. So today we are making another card out of our In Full Bloom Cardmakers kit. So today we are making the enclosed frame card. So this is where we make a lovely frame out of one piece of cardstock. So we'll be using our stamp and die set and some of our greetings, the greeting stickers that are in the kit, and we'll be using the enclosed frame card pack. All right, so let's get underway. I just want to give you a quick look at the card to start off with. So this is the type of card that we'll be making today. You can see that we've got a little butterfly on there that's gold. We'll actually be foiling that ourselves in class. So let's get going. We'll start with doing our butterflies. Now in your kit, you will find an envelope that has the envelopes and the foil in it. So all you need to do is you will need a laminator for this. If you don't have a laminator, actually you could use an iron as well. So I've just got a plain piece of printer paper here. This is just standard 80 GSM paper. And it's nice and clean because I don't want any printing or anything on it. And I am going to pop my butterflies down. That's on a piece of cardstock, the butterflies. And I'm putting the foil over the top with the shiny side up. So you want the dull side against the butterflies and the shiny side up. So I've had my laminator heating over at the side of my desk here. I just want to point out my laminator is really old. I've had this for a million years. I think I bought it from Aldi. I don't know, a long time ago. So so you don't need anything special is what I'm saying. I am just going to feed this through the folded end first through my laminator. Now I'm going to speed this up here because this laminator is also extremely slow. But as I said, any laminator, and you can do this with an iron. I would probably use a bit of baking paper on either side of it as well if you're using an iron. So I've put that through once. I'm going to turn it over and put it through again because the heat is at the top of the laminator and I just want to make sure that both sides are heated up well. I cut that bit out where it's feeding through the laminator the second time, but you can see here, can you see how the foil has basically stuck to the printing? So this is printed with a laser printer. What happens is that the toner, which is what the ink is, the impression is made out of toner, gets hot and the foil sticks to it. Look at that. It is just beautiful. So I'm just slowly removing that off and you can see how glorious all of these butterflies are. So now we can fussy cut them. So while I'm using the foil, I'm also going to grab the stickers. Now this is my sticker set, obviously not the nice clean one I showed you a minute ago. And I'm going to use the Get Well. I'm going to cut this out because I don't want to remove it from the backing yet. So all of these stickers that you get in all of your kits are also printed on a laser printer, which means that you can use foil on these as well. So now we've got these bits and pieces of foil around the outside of our butterflies. So I'm going to cut a piece of this out as well. And I'm going to put it over my sticker that's still on the background. As I said, don't remove it from the backing piece because you don't want it to stick on your paper. You're just going to put that little piece of foil over the top. I'm going to pop that in my folded piece of 80 GSM standard printer paper and feed that through my laminator. Now I've totally removed the laminating part from this video, but you can see once again where it's stuck down where I've put it through the laminator, and you can just gently peel that off. Make sure that it's nice and cool before you peel it off too, by the way. You'll get a better result. And look at that. We can see that we've now got that beautiful foiled greeting as well. All right, so in your kit, you'll also find that you've got two pieces of 14.8 by 10.5 centimeter pieces. That's A6. All I did is stamped and colored in my flowers and leaves that I'm going to use in this card. Now we did that in the first video, so I'm not going to do that again in this video. I'm just showing you that I had all of those ready to go. All right, so this is one of the other pieces that is in your pack. This piece is 29.7 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters. And you will see that there is already a fold in it. That was so we could fit it in your kit. But on the long side, so on the 29.7 centimeter side, we are going to score at 19.8 centimeters. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard like I've got here, you can just mark it with a pencil and line it up with one of the gutters of your scoreboard. So 19.8 centimeters. Oh, I think actually that one was 9.8. Sorry. I was reading the card and not paying attention to what I was doing. So the first one was 9.8. Then the next one we score is at 10 centimeters, which, as I mentioned, is already being done and was folded at that point. And then we're going to score at 19.8. That's the correct one now. And at 20 centimeters. Just make sure that if you're doing this, that you're scoring and you're not going to cut. I've certainly wasted plenty of sheets of cardboard by accidentally cutting. All right, so I've sped this part up a little bit for you because all I'm doing is folding and burnishing all of those. And you can see that what it does is it gives me that tiny little piece there, which is a little bit like a box edge, which is going to make our frame. And we see when we fold it in 3, we can make a nice little frame section there. All right, what we are going to do is use our metric rectangles to cut out the center of that. Now, I've divided my metric rectangles into 2 magnets and I've written all the numbers down. In your book that gives you all of the instructions, it'll say a number 6 metric rectangle, or if you've got the metric stitched rectangles, it's the second one. All right, so I'm actually going to use the stitched rectangle. I am just using some washi tape to pop that in place and running that through my die cutting machine. So this is cutting out of the center piece. So where we scored, it's the center of it. And then when I fold it all up, you can see that it creates like a little box all out of one piece. The other little piece that I cut out, I'm just going to use on another project. All right, so I have just folded a piece of scrap cardstock here because I just want that center section of my card colored, the edges of that frame. So I'm just putting paper in there to protect the inside of the card. You can see how I folded it over. I've also got it on my silicone mat. Once again, I got my silicone mat from Aldi. I'm using dried marigold, and that's the color of my flowers. Or some of my flowers. So I've chosen a color to match, and I am just going to put this directly from my ink pad all around the edges of my frame. And I'm just going to speed that up so you can see the process without it taking a long time on the film. So there we have it. There's our frame, just the center frame, nice and clean and cut. All right, so now I have another A6 piece of card here. Now you could use the piece that you cut out of the center of your frame. Realistically, all you need is a scrap piece of card. I just marked on the bottom there at 5 centimeters and then at 2.5 centimeters, which would obviously be the middle of the 5 centimeters. I'm going up 4.5 centimeters. And then I'm going to measure, so that's up the other side. I'm going to measure across at 2.5 centimeters along that 4.5 centimeter spot. So all of this is explained beautifully in the booklet that comes with the kit that's got all of the detailed instructions in it. All we're doing is making a triangle, which is actually going to be it's not really a vase, it's kind of like the bouquet holder for our bunch of flowers. So you can see that what I'm doing is where I've marked the 2.5 centimeter point at the top, I am just drawing lines from that down each side to the 5 centimeter mark. All right, so now I'm just going to cut that. Once again, I've just sped that up. I just used my scissors and I'm going to color it with my dried marigold. Once again, going straight to the paper with my ink pad. All right, so this is part of an old kit box. So the box that your kit came in, I quite often cut them up and use these instead of double-sided foam tape. I find that cardboard is way more forgiving. It's cheaper and it's quite light. All right, so I'm just going to put this in my Tim Holtz paper trimmer here, and I'm just cutting thin strips. Now I'm sort of guessing as long as they're less than 1 centimeter, because we've got about 1 centimeter around each edge of the inside of our frame. So I am now going to, see I cut quite a few of them. I'm going to use some of my Smart Art glue. I'm actually going to use my glue bottle, and the label has come off, so I thought I'd just better show you the other one. And I am just going to pop glue on these strips and stick them around the inside of this frame. Now this cardboard is about 2 mil thick, so that's why we've got our scores 2 mils away from one another, 9.8 and then 10 centimeters, because that'll give us the thickness of the cardboard and some depth to our frame. So I'm going to speed this up now so you can see what's happening, but not having to wait for it. And isn't it sad that we can't work this fast? Although I do love the creative process when I'm creating cards. So All right, so now we're back to normal speed, and you can see how we can fold that up. That goes in to create the frame, and then our back is there. So let's pop some glue on this inside part and close that up. Beautiful. And there is our box frame out of one piece of card. This comes up really nicely. I'm really happy with the result of this. Okay, so now I am going to speed up this part here where I am just trimming down my pieces that I've cut and colored, die cut and colored, because I do want to separate them out a little bit. I'm also just adding here some tape to two of the corners of what's going to be my little bouquet holder. And I am wrapping ribbon around it. You can see there, and trimming it off at the top. The next thing that we're going to do, of course, is just add some of this card. Now, I'm not going to add the card to the side that I've just put the ribbon across the top, which is going to be the top. I'm just the other two sides of it, because I want to be able to stick flowers into this, and this is just giving us some depth, and you don't want it to come out too far, so I've used the same size strips that I used to create my frame as well, and I'm just popping those on, you can see there, and then I will trim them off at the top so it's nice and even. Okay, that's the position it'll go in. Now I have really sped up quite a bit of this here. This took me ages. It always takes me ages to decide where I want everything, but I wanted to leave the major part of this process in. I think I ended up cutting some of it out because I just spent a lot of time with this. This whole card, this video from beginning to end in real time, took me about 45 minutes. All right, so I'm happy with my design now, so I'm just using my phone to take a photo of it. Let me just show you there. See, now the photo doesn't have to be a great photo. It's just so I can pull all of the pieces off and then stick everything down. That's all I want to do. So I took the photo first so I could position everything well. Once again, I'm going to speed this up. I'm not going to make you sit through all of it, so I've chopped some of this out as well. And you can see that I've stuck all of those down. Now I'm just going to add that beautiful foiled butterfly. I don't want the glue to splotch everywhere, so I've just, took some off with my finger. My universal crafting tool is my finger. All right, so, and there's my get well soon greeting as well. Now, I'm taking the sticky off the back of this now, but where I'm going to put it, it needs a little propping up at one part of it. So I've stuck a piece of cardboard on it, and I put glue on the back as well. Oh no, I'm going to put glue on the back because I want that to stick properly. Oh, I'm going to add another piece. Well, I was jumping the gun there. So I've added another piece because obviously it wasn't tall enough. So the first time I put it down, I was trying it out, and that's better. And now I'm going to add glue all the way along because that sticky is not as sticky as it was because I've had my fingers all over it. And now I'm going to stick it down in the place that I've chosen. Whew, I'm glad we got that sorted. Oh dear. Okay. So now we're going to add our beads. So for the beads, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can see that I've zoomed in quite closely here, and I have just put dobs of glue on the stamen of those little cherry blossoms. I've actually opened up the seed bead packet, and can you see that I've just tipped some of the seed beads out and they're sticking in that, sticky piece at the end of the packet. I also stuck my finger in it, and I am very carefully picking them up with my awl by putting the tip of my awl in the little hole, and I'm putting them all in place. Now, if you wanted to be absolutely precise, that's the way to go. You can see that I've done that. That's precise, and you can just keep doing that. However, you could also just do it this other way, which is just by adding a dab of glue to each one of the stamen. So exactly like we did before, but instead of just doing a couple, we're doing pretty much all of them. Then I'm going to get my card, and there we go, you can see the glue. I'm going to get my card, and put it over this lovely tray that I got at a $2 store here in Australia somewhere. And I am literally going to tip the seed beads all over it and in a dump. They're not coming out. Just dump them on, Donna. There we go. They're on. Okay. And then I'm just going to tap off the excess. I think there was some area. Yeah, there was an area there that didn't get a bit of the seeds. Okay. I tapped them off. You can see that I've got plenty of seeds left in there, seed beads left in there. Look at that. Lovely. Tons to do the next one. So I'll pop them in the packet and then do the next lot as well. So I chopped that bit out of it because once again, that was pretty boring. And you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just dipping the rest of it on that piece. Now, I would love to show you photos of this completed card because we're all done now. But it turns out that I actually gave it away to someone before I took the photos. So I've got a close-up here of the original card that you can have a look at. They work exactly the same. You can see the frame depth there. And on this one, I've got a little bow. It opens up beautifully. They stand up for display, which is lovely as well. So this is a really pretty card. You could emboss, heat emboss, or cold emboss, like with an embossing fold of the background if you wanted to. Any number of things. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this and you've learned something. Don't forget to hit the like button if you have, and I'll catch you next time. Until then, stay safe and happy crafting.